Poco M4 Pro 5G. Best Budget Chinese Phones 2022. Great value for money. At the cheaper end of the spectrum, budget phones usually compromise on one or more key specifications, but at a glance, the Xiaomi Poco M4 Pro 5G appears to have everything. A follow-up to last year's Poco M3 Pro 5G, it's got a huge 5000 mAh battery which promises to see you through the day, a big 6.6 inches FHD Plus display with a 90Hz refresh rate, a camera with a 50MP wide and an 8MP ultrawide sensor, up to 6GB of memory, and up to 128GB of storage, and all for a very low price, starting at £229. Design and build. Thin and lightweight, but tall and wide. Premium-looking plastic body. Power key doubles as a fingerprint scanner. Build quality of the Xiaomi Poco M4 Pro 5G is very good, all things considered. You'd expect it to look and feel a lot cheaper. Sure, it's not as premium as, say, a Pixel 6 Pro, but it does a good impression of a flagship device most of the time. Screen and speakers. 6.6 inches FHD Plus display. 90Hz refresh rate. Stereo speakers. One area you can usually expect budget phones to skimp on is the display, but thankfully, as with its predecessor, the Poco M4 Pro's display is decent. It's a 6.6 inches display with a 2400 by 1080 resolution that's only interrupted by the punch-hole camera. The display's default refresh rate is 60 Hz, but you can kick this up to 90 Hz, which will eat into the battery a bit, but makes for a noticeable difference when watching video content or playing games. Specs and performance. MediaTek Dimensity 810 octa-core CPU. ARM Mali G57. Up to 6GB RAM. Up to 128GB storage. The Poco M4 Pro is a budget phone pitched at people who just want a phone to do the basics, and do them well. In terms of performance, that's pretty much what you get. The model I was sent for testing was the highest spec 6GB RAM, 128GB storage version. Cameras. 50MP main and 8MP ultrawide sensors. 16MP front sensor. Fun time-lapse, slow MO, and night modes. Sometimes has trouble focusing. The Poco M4 Pro's cameras are a mixed bag because while they can produce some good stills, you're going to need patience and a steady hand. It often struggles to focus on subjects, whether they're close up or far away, and this isn't something that's helped by the rudimentary software either. Battery. 5000 mAh battery. 33W fast charging. Easily gives you a day of power, charges in just over an hour. Xiaomi says that you'll get enough power from morning to night, whatever you're doing with the Poco M4 Pro, and that's a pretty fair assessment. After most days hit work, 9 hours at the desk streaming Spotify playlists to a Bluetooth speaker, I'd end the day with around 50 to 60% left in the tank, which is pretty good going. Software and apps. Android 11. MIUI custom user interface. Some bloatware, but most can be removed. Running Android 11, with Xiaomi's MIUI 12.5 customer user interface on top, the Poco M4 Pro is relatively easy to get to grips with, although it's not quite as elegant or intuitive as stock Android. Price and availability. The Xiaomi Poco M4 Pro 5G is due to go on sale from December 20, 2021 and will be available to buy directly from Poco. The 4GB plus 64GB version will be priced at £229, while the 6GB plus 128GB will cost £249. Poco says we'll be running an early bird promo from launch, knocking £20 off of the RRP for both phones from midnight on the 20th until 23:59 on the 22nd.